Stations.
It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's actually hanging out with me. I can see Bryant Dacus over there. He's getting ready for his show this afternoon.
Gang's all here, man.
The gang is all here, and we got to talk about the most dominant athlete in all of sports today. We'll talk about some very, very good athletes that play for the Angels that are a little bit banged up.
Ohtani.
You got to feel bad for Phil Nevin. I mean, like, dude, Shohei, Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon, who's always injured. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But first and foremost, I hope everybody celebrated America's birthday yesterday in style, had a whole lot of fun. I know I did. I didn't get to make it to the lake, though, but I'm going to go this weekend. Friday
it's
after
good
my
makeup
game.
then.
It's a little makeup. I'm going to go down there this weekend. It's going to be me and my brother and my cousin and a little bit of fungus. You know what I'm saying?
How about that? That'll be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's definitely going to be a whole lot of fun. And we're going to do a little baseball because did you know we have day baseball today?
Just one game, unfortunately.
I don't know. You know, it's still a game.
One is better than zero, right?
Exactly. It's the Rockies. It's the Astros.
It's actually more than zero, too, literally. One more, I think.
It's one more than zero.
Oh, sure is, yeah.
You got France who's pitching against Anderson. And by the way, one other thing, France just made me think about it. Hey, England. Did you have fun working yesterday, you losers?
Wow, got him. All you English people listening, you must feel pretty stupid, don't you?
How you like that? Whipping that butt. Had to go to work yesterday.
You said that France made you think of that?
Well, yeah, because, you know, like they lost actually. Like France is a notorious country. Remember what happened in World War II?
That's right.
I mean, they couldn't even, keep their own country. It was occupied the whole damn time. So that's my history lesson.
Never won a war.
Come on, France. Do something once. Wait, by the way, isn't something going on in France? Like their garbage is piling up and people are getting arrested. I know I'm not the most world politically correct guy.
I don't know, brother. That sounds, your guess is as good as mine.
Tell Bryant Dacus he can do some research. Find out. I think there's some bad stuff going on in France. Like the French people are mad.
It's probably because Wembanyama was drafted.
Oh, I bet that's
leaving.
What it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to talk about summer league.
We traded them Tony Parker back for Wembanyama.
Tony Parker, and you know please. He ain't the young Tony Parker back in the Spurs days. You know what I mean?
He was always bald, though.
Always?
Pretty sure.
I think he did that on purpose, though.
It's hard to say. There was a portion of the early 2000s where that was in style.
Yeah, bald is beautiful back
then.
It
still is, man.
Still is. By the way,
Manu Ginobili bald, but his was more gradual.
Manu Ginobili? I don't remember. Oh, gosh, yes, Manu. Never mind. My brain. He had the side piece, kind of like you do. Like, you know, not
yeah,
a,
well, that's
not
right. He just let
chick.
it go. He just let it go.
Yeah, but the top was not there, but he had a little bit of the stuff on the side. The George Jefferson look.
Bomani Jones says people that have that they have to come home, and coming home is shaving all of your hair off.
Yeah, I agree with Bomani on that
home.
one.
You got to come home.
I agree with Bomani Jones on that one. I absolutely do. Now, I forgot how I got off on this
because JP France is pitching,
yeah,
and that made you think of
England.
Yeah, that's right. Got him again.
But I did have a wonderful Fourth. I hope everybody else did. I celebrated with my favorite Tito's. Went over to this is crazy. So I didn't get to make it to the lake. But do you know who I hung out with this weekend?
T-Money.
I hung out with T-Money.
Oh, it was yesterday. It was Tuesday, not even the weekend.
Skinny. Oh, yeah, you're right. Today is Wednesday.
That's right. How about that? Short week?
Short week. I like that. I like that a lot. I feel like I just got back from the weekend. But we had T-Money. Skinny was over there. Red. Slender.
Does Red have red hair, I'm assuming?
No. Which is also.
He's just a communist?
No, he's actually not even a communist. I have to figure out why his name. Skinny's not skinny either. He's not fat. He's kind of like yoked. You know what I'm saying? He's a big dude.
I see.
But
it's a joke. It's a play on words.
Yeah, it's a play on words, I guess. Yeah, I expected Skinny to look totally different. When they're like, you see that big dude with a beard down in the middle of his chest? I was like, yeah. He's like, that's Skinny. Oh,
Big guy, big fella.
Play on words, I see.
Uh-huh.
But we had fun, man. Had a lot of Rice Krispie treats from our good buddy Jay. Had little bitty gummies. Had tons of Tito's. It was just a beautiful, beautiful
That sounds
day.
like a great day, John.
So, did you have a good 4th?
Had a great day.
What'd you do?
Watched a lot of baseball. Watched some soccer. Hang out. Had a little bratwurst hot dog.
I had a bratwurst yesterday.
Had a couple beverages. Had a couple beers. A couple fine beverages.
I bet you drink like what
Miller
is it?
Lite.
White Claw.
I like Miller Lite.
I don't like Miller Lite.
I pretty much just stick to Miller Lite.
I can't.
I'll drink a High Life every now and again. It's a champagne of beers.
I like me some High Life.
I like a High Life.
I do like
man.
some High Life. I love I like Coors Light.
I like Coors Light. Yeah,
I'm
that's
drinking
probably
beer.
if I'm not in the mood for a Miller Lite, that's what I'll grab is a Coors Light. That's right.
And I don't understand why. I mean, I know why I don't like Bud Light, but I don't know why I don't like Miller Lite because it just for some reason like the aftertaste of Miller Light's kind of.
I've heard people say that before.
Like it's a little bit, like it's a little strong.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit strong.
Fine beverage though, man.
But we have to talk about the difference in men and women and the greatest champion.
I thought you
wanted
wanted to talk about J.P. France in the day baseball game.
Oh no, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. First, I have to get to. I don't know if you saw it. But we now are witnessing the greatest sports champion, not Tiger Woods. It's not Babe Ruth.
Wow.
It's not even Michael Jordan.
The wide
which
range.
I can't even say. Like, you know
MJ.
how hard. Like, Mike's not the GOAT. Tom Brady is definitely not the GOAT. It's Joey Chestnut. 16 out of the last 17 hot dog eating contest. Did you know that he's won all of them?
Oh, I
16
did.
of 17. That's pretty damn good.
You know what I watched this week?
And that's the Super Bowl of that's the Super Bowl of competitive eating, and my man just walks away with it.
You know what I watched this past weekend is a documentary 30 for 30, The Good, the Bad, and the Hungry. It's about Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut's rise, and it's excellent.
And Kobayashi,
so
let's
good.
just be real. He was too small.
He
was
injured
too
his
skinny.
jaw.
Injured
No,
his
he was
jaw.
in great shape. He injured his jaw.
I know, but he doesn't have a big enough belly.
Neither does Joey. Joey's in fairly good shape as well.
I mean, I wouldn't call that fairly good shape, but you're kind.
But he works out his jaw. Like he does jaw exercises. So because you
I
have
bet he's
propensity
got
to
a
get.
happy wife.
Well, maybe so. But that's a great point. But he has a really strong jaw because you have propensity to get hurt when you're doing eating sports like that. It's crazy. No, you're right though.
He definitely has to.
It's good in multiple areas.
But the point of this whole thing is what I realized yesterday when I was watching the competitive eating contest. Not only is the MC the greatest MC in the history of the world, he is awesome. But the difference, Joey Chestnut pounded 62 dogs. Okay? You know who Pseudo is? And by the way, he pounded 62 dogs like it was nothing. His world record is 76. He was slow eating because everybody around him was weak. Do you know what the female
My
champion...
hypothesis he was out of rhythm because it was delayed. You know what I mean?
The weather. By the way, though, how many athletes do you know? Because they were going to just postponing. I mean, they were just going to cancel the joint. And Joey Chestnut said, "Hell no, we ain't canceling this."
I would just
joint.
get an awning or something. I feel
It's
like
the
that's so
Super Bowl.
easy. What are we doing here?
Man.
How is that? How has rain never been
I
planned
mean, I'm just telling
for
you,
before?
if the buns get wet before you dip them, it's not a real hot dog eating contest. You can't have soggy buns from the rain.
Makes it, they would go faster. You would get absolute world records. Wow, the
But
weather
then
elements
There
make
would
for
have
a
been
better.
an asterisk. There would have been an asterisk by it
Wow.
if you broke the record. But Pseudo was the female champion, and my whole point is never in another sport have we seen the difference between men and women competing. I mean, she only got 39 dogs down.
Wow.
I mean, what are we doing? If you can't,
Well, you got to start somewhere, John. Men weren't eating 72 hot dogs overnight. That was a slow build.
all I'm trying to say is the hot dog competition proved to me one thing: men need to compete in men's sports. Women need to compete in women's
Is that
sports.
what it proved to you?
Quit putting dudes in women's sports,
Great, yeah.
Please.
That was your thought process while
My whole
watching the
time,
hot
all I
dog
was
eating
thinking about-
contest?
Well, yeah, that's what it made me. Because also, did you ever see over the weekend, that dude who's fighting women? He fought again. These women need to say, no, I ain't fighting this dude. Who do you think won? The dude pretending to be a girl or the real girl?
I have no idea. I couldn't.
The dude pretending to be a girl beat the brakes off the actual girl.
What was this? Boxing?
No, the MMA stuff. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I realize, again, hot dog competition, greatest athlete in the world. It's got to be Joey Chestnut. I mean,
Perhaps so.
I mean,
watch that documentary. It's really good.
Yeah, I watched that
Do
documentary.
you like Kobayashi?
Not. I mean, I don't know anything about Kobayashi.
Oh, then you should watch it, man. Kobayashi's a compelling character.
The one person that I do know though is Joey Chestnut, and I think that's all that matters. Now to baseball, I got to get in a little bit of baseball news, and I just got to say, are the Angels just jinxed?
No, they're just terrible.
I mean, dude, do you not remember when they had a championship team? Remember Tim Salmon?
I do.
I mean, like, that was a great baseball team. That was fun.
Troy Klaus.
Yes. Problem is, though, Angels have gone out there and actually gotten stars. Oh, David Eckstein. Gotten stars. Man, that little bitty guy. I would say,
won two World Series.
Have
Crazy.
you ever listened to him talk, though?
No, what's he saying?
One of the greatest baseball minds I've ever heard.
Really?
I'm talking about this dude. He knows. I mean, listen to him talk about hitting and adjusting to pitchers. I could listen to that dude talk for hours.
Garrett Anderson was on that team?
Dude,
no,
yeah, he was. Garrett Anderson was too. By the way, I love the Garrett Andersons, the way he like how still he was in the box, and then whap. But anyway, the Angels, I don't know if you know this, all basically in the same 24 hours, in a 24-hour period, they found out that Mike Trout, what is it called? Your ham, not a ham and cheese sandwich, but the ham bone.
Turkey and Swiss.
He broke the ham bone, in his left hand.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So when you try to pick up the bat with the left hand, when you break it, it hurts. It feels like a firecracker goes off on your batting glove when you break that bone.
Does not sound
But
pleasant.
it quits hurting immediately, and you're like, damn, that was weird. And then when you try to pick your bat up with just your left hand, you'll know that, oh, snap, it's broken. And that's what happened with Mike Trout.
Oh, snap, it snapped.
It's a 4 to 8. It could be 4 weeks when he comes back. It could be all the way up to 8 weeks. He will be back this season, but will it be too late? Because now Shohei Ohtani has a blister on his finger. He will not pitch in the All-Star game. They put an acrylic nail on one of his nails that kind of was busted.
I saw that. It's like split or whatever. I have that problem sometimes.
Your nail is split?
Yeah, like they're all. It's a long story.
Well, what do you got? Some brittle nails, man?
I don't know what exactly it is.
Get collagen and drink that stuff. Put it in your tea. Or
well,
your coffee
no. It's because my other I have one hand of very healthy nails and like 1 foot of very healthy nails. And then it's a long story, man. We don't need to get into it.
Is your right hand? Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Yeah, I can't even say the joke I was going to say. Let's just drop it and go back to talking about the baseball game.
But man, so poor old, Shohei Ohtani now. We're not going to see him be able to pitch in the All-Star game and play DH. He's hoping he can still DH in the All-Star game. I think he'll be able to do that. He just has a blister on his hand. Mike Trout's out 4 to 8 weeks. And Anthony Rendon, did you see how he fouled that ball off of his knee? Bro, I've seen people break their leg like that. Like, that looked nasty. And this poor guy, in 4 seasons with now the Angels, he has not played in 4 years as many games as he played in 2019 with the Washington Nationals.
Really?
Yep. Talk about not getting your bang for your buck. Anthony Rendon is snake bitten. I actually feel bad for him. At first, I was agitated. He's annoying. Like, God, he's always hurt. And then you have to feel this guy's been working his way back, and every time he gets back on the field, something happens that's weird. Again, he just fouled a ball right off of his knee.
Totally happenstance. Like, what are the odds of that happening? When, like, it's not like he's like injury prone. Like, that's just crazy that would happen to somebody,
especially to him. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. So you got to feel for Phil Nevin.
They've got a good lineup though, man. Like,
they have a horrible pitching staff.
Exactly.
I mean, they have a horrible
but they're also
pitching staff.
They're also, that's kind of like the Cardinals, but they're also not putting up runs. Like the other night when Shohei Ohtani hit that 500-foot home run.
He was the only dude that got a run.
It's the only run they scored.
I mean, you know what?
You know what I thought about this morning? Comparison is like, who's your least favorite NBA player?
My least favorite NBA player.
Who do you like to
LeBron.
Who do you like to rip on the most, though?
Oh, tell me.
Chris Paul.
I'm high. Okay. Chris Paul.
Chris
Paul.
I'm
not. I didn't mean high. I mean, I'm hungover.
Yeah, that's right.
It's called the 5th of July.
That's 5th of July.
After the 4th, you're a little bit rusty.
Chris Paul, because and I feel like
I don't dislike Chris Paul.
No,
I think he's the most overrated player ever to play in the NBA.
But not a lot of that criticism comes to Shohei Ohtani or Mike Trout for that matter. both considered like two of the greatest players to ever play baseball.
And they can't get to the postseason.
None of these
Never
teams
played
win at all.
One playoff game Mike Trout in his whole career.
And it's the same kind of criticism that Chris Paul gets. These guys don't get it the same way, but they're in a very similar scenario. If one guy's going to get criticism, it seems like these guys might deserve it in the same way.
I will
or
say,
we don't criticize any of them. I like that idea too. But.
No, please. I love going hill on people. But again, you feel bad for the Angels, who are only 7 games back in the West because the Rangers have been playing out of their dead-gum mind. Not as of late, but again, they got already 51 wins, second most wins in the American League. And, the Angels are 2 games above 500. What happens now to Shohei Ohtani? Is this now when you got Mike Trout who's going to be out 4 to 8 weeks?
You think they're going to sell him?
I don't know. If you're the Angels, do you just need to blow it up?
I don't know.
And start over.
Have they ever sold before? I don't know if I've ever seen those guys sell before.
They definitely don't ever buy pitching. They sell their good pitchers, but they keep their stars that put butts in the seat. And Shohei Ohtani puts butts in the seat. Because
the Cardinals are so bad, and I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, they're going to sell," but the Cardinals have literally never sold in the 29 years I've been alive. It's just not how they operate. Now, I guess it's a pride thing. I don't know why they do that, but they just don't do that. So I find it hard to believe that a team like that would sell. I don't remember the Angels selling either, but I guess if you were to sell, you could sell Ohtani and get a lot back for him.
I mean, if you're going to lose him in free agency, why not try to get something for him?
Do you think they're going to lose him in free agency?
Well, I mean, at first I thought, if they had a good season and make the postseason this year and get in at least in the wild card, that maybe he stays. But if I'm Shohei, I'm going to be like, look, man, I'm looking right down the dugout at Mike Trout and saying, I really don't want the World Baseball Classic to be the most important game that I've ever played in.
He also gave up back-to-back home runs yesterday, too.
Shohei?
Mm-hmm.
That Padres lineup was dinging him, weren't they?
They were.
Are they going to finally wake up and start hitting? Did you see $80 million Jake yesterday finally hit a bomb? Like, that dude got $80 million last year, and you know what he showed up to work? He showed up fat, lazy, and overweight and didn't care because he was counting his cash. Jake.
Hard to blame him, though. I mean, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. It's a lot of money, especially for Jake. But no, the Padres actually finally started hitting the baseball yesterday. I'm wondering if this team is going to get things together. I mean, that lineup is just too damn good.
Well, it's not like the pitching has been great either.
No, but actually, Blake
Remember
Snell.
when Musgrove gave up a million runs and he looked good yesterday.
Did you see how, honest to God, if he pitches like that, his curveball, his 12-6 curve was dropping a good foot and a half. I saw him when he struck out my man, oh, God, I can't remember. He made him look absolutely foolish. Joe's fastball was hitting the right spots. If Joe pitches like that, he's one hell of a pitcher. He just don't pitch like that all the time.
Well, I remember that game in Mexico when he got 20-some-odd runs.
Man, hey, can I just tell you something?
Throw it out the window.
The elevation
the altitude
makes the Rockies ballpark.
That's what we were actually just talking about. Me and Bryant during Wolo's show, we were handicapping the games for the day, and we were looking at the Rockies and the pitcher the Rockies throwing today. We had to throw out the home games because all those runs going out of the park, that doesn't apply to other places. That's handicapping for you, John.
So is the Reds baseball. I mean, it's a bandbox. That's a tiny ballpark where the Reds play. Great American
I don't know
ballpark.
enough about dimensions. That's a great note. Good note by you. Reds, tiny ballpark.
It is. It is a home run machine.
The only ballpark stuff I know is that Colorado, obviously, you hit it out. And
in Mexico City.
Mets, by the way, their
it.
ballpark, the new dimensions with the Mets has made it easier to hit bombs. Poor David Wright, when he played there, could never get a home run because they moved the fences so damn far. It's something like 40 home runs he would have hit if they had the old dimensions.
Shea Stadium
Uh-huh.
versus Citi Field.
Man, but they have moved the fences in.
And then Boston obviously has the short porch to the right and the Green Monster, and that's really short.
Boston, hey, one of
Yankees
the reasons
have
I think
a short
Xander
porch too,
Bogaerts has
right?
been struggling this year.
He went yard yesterday.
But he went yard yesterday. He also did something that I haven't seen him do this year. Did you see that little line drive to the right over second baseman's head? He finally went the other way. And that's something that he always had in his bag of tricks when he was playing with Boston, that for some reason he's just been swinging for the fence this year. I think that Padres lineup is kind of waking up a little bit. And if they do wake up, they could be absolutely, absolutely scary. But I got to give credit to your Marlins, homie. 15 runs all over the Cardinals. Luzardo looking good, and poor Adam Wainwright. Whew. You think he wished he retired last year?
Have you ever seen the movie Rookie of the Year? It's a kid gets the powers to be a great baseball player from the Rocket, and he throws 100 miles an hour, and then and so he gets signed by the Cubs, and he's pitching for the Cubs, and then all of a sudden he just can't throw hard anymore. He loses the ability to throw hard, and then he's just a little kid playing for the Cubs. And somebody compared him to Adam Wainwright this morning. Because he's lost his ability to throw. He's on the IR now. He just can't pitch anymore.
So it's a little kid who was pitching in the pros?
Yeah, and had the power to throw 100 miles an hour and lost the power. So you see how that would make him a lot worse. So that's like what people are saying.
I would say that would make him a lot worse.
That's the comparison people are making to Adam Wainwright. You know what? Don't worry about it.
I feel bad for Adam Wainwright, though. He was horrible. And, hey, Zach Greinke, again, he's trash. Did you know they sent Madison Bumgarner and basically said, hey, you're take your money. You can't pitch in the pros anymore. Peace out. Go be Mason Saunders and ride some what does he ride, bulls or horses?
Yeah.
Go do that. Zach Greinke needs to do the same thing. Did you see how bad Zach was yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, he's not great.
Dude, my man is 1-9.
Yeah, but he's
on the season.
But he doesn't get any runs. I mean, he doesn't have a good ERA.
His
right.
ERA is above 5.
But Max Scherzer's ERA, let's say, for instance, went down a little bit yesterday, but it's essentially one run lower than him.
1.5.
And he's 8-2. That's a huge discrepancy. You know what I mean? So some of that 1-9 is that the team is just terrible. Even on a good outing, he didn't win a game.
By the way, the Mets are 7 games under 500.
How
wouldn't
about that?
sit there and say, hey, the Mets are great, by the way.
Well, that's true, too.
I mean,
but Scherzer really hadn't been good either, and he's still 8-2.
But he's a bulldog.
He is a bulldog.
He gets the teams want to go out there and hit for him. You know why? Because he might hit them in the dugout.
Fiery guy.
He's nuts.
He's a fiery.
He's absolute lunatic, to be honest with you. Hey, you got to give also credit. Starlin Marte tearing it up right now. Finally doing a little something. Phillies, I feel like, are waking up a little bit. I feel like after the All-Star game, we're going to have a whole lot of fun.
We bet on the Phillies today because we found out that Taijuan Walker's actually been really good lately.
Man. Really?
He really has. He's got a 3.93 ERA. Speaking of records,
he's got 9 wins on the season.
9-3. His last month, though, in June, listen to this. This is crazy. He had a 1.5 ERA in June. How about that?
That is crazy.
Teams hitting 170 against him in the month of June. Give up 6 earned runs the whole month in 6 starts.
I like it.
How about that?
I like it. I will. Man, there's just so many baseball games today.
Oh, we are living it. But only one day game, though, John.
We got one day game, but we got a lot of games that we're going to have to bet on today. I like a lot of them.
And we got some tennis action going. You're not part of the Wimbledon betting club?
I will tell you this. I did actually get in this little bit of a just kind of like I was stuck in a stupor, and I was watching the women play Wimbledon. Man, those women are good.
No kidding.
Like, I think every one of them could beat me up too.
Like they're like
their legs are massive.
Oh yeah, you got to though to
be
able
able to move that way. The way they run back and forth and move and be able to hit and go like man, they make some great noises.
Makes me uncomfortable when you make those noises.
No, but they do it during the whole TV. If you're watching ESPN right now. Who do you think made the best noise of the whole weekend? See, back in the day, Maria Sharapova was probably the best at it.
You like that noise?
She made the best noise. She was also one of the best tennis players in the history of tennis, I think.
I think Tsitsipas makes the best noise.
Who?
He's a man.
Oh. I don't like watching the dudes play. I really don't. I don't like it at all. Like, I'm not into it.
I don't dislike watching the women, but I'm almost the polar opposite. I don't really watch a ton of the women. I watch a lot of the men.
I'll tell you one thing. They're much more entertaining.
The women?
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to watch the men, I think, for some reason.
I think that you're sexist.
That very well could be. That's a very I mean, we could dive into the reasons as to why.
I like men's basketball better than women's.
Well, there you go.
I like women's tennis. I don't like men's
tennis.
I
like women's tennis fine. Like, I'll watch it. I'm certainly going to watch, like, the final match. But, like, in terms of watching the
volleyball, I don't even know if they have a men's volleyball, but I don't watch that.
Next Summer Olympics, watch the men's volleyball. Those dudes are...
No, I'm good.
No, those
Do they wear Speedos, too? No, I'm good.
No, they're like the same build as basketball players, and they hit the crap out of the ball. It's crazy. Oh, you gotta watch it.
I don't need to see a bunch of failed basketball players who are now playing a secondary game.
John, don't knock it until you try, man. Men's volleyball is awesome.
Well, okay.
Telling you, man, it's really cool.
All right. I'll give it.
Really,
a try.
You could play any sport and put stakes attached to it, and I'm in. I love it. I'm all in, man.
Are you into cornhole?
All right, fair enough.
There's stakes,
except for cornhole. And you know what? Don't love lacrosse. There's two. There's two of them.
You're right.
I still want to play lacrosse. Somebody needs to get me one of those. What is it called? A wicket?
No, just a lacrosse stick.
Oh, it's just called a lacrosse stick.
Uh-huh.
What's a wicket? Is that like the
A wicket
Harry
is
Potter?
in cricket, right?
Yeah.
It's in cricket?
Uh-huh.
A wicket's in cricket?
Yeah,
I don't think
so.
so. I don't even know what a wicket is now.
I like cricket too. I've watched cricket before. Rugby I watched the other day. I like rugby a little bit.
Well, today we are going to talk a lot of basketball. Plus, we got to talk about the summer league. We're going to talk a little bit about Snack Lofton. Also, we're going to have a little media availability with Marcus Smart and Desmond Bain. I'll give you the dates and the times where you can turn into that. We got Isaac Simpson. We got Dustin Starr. It is a beautiful, not Isaac Simpson.
I was about to say we got Isaac.
Ooh, I'm telling you, the 5th of July is the hardest day in the world to
That's
go to
all
work,
right,
isn't it?
man.
But you know what? We're going to get through it. So do me a favor. Don't you dare touch the dial. We're back in 2 Shakes. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Corky's Barbecue.
Hi, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. We have been helping Memphians with their celebrations for more than 38 years. Whether you're picking up one of our party packs to serve yourself or booking one of our private dining rooms at our Cordova location or our Olive Branch location, Corky's has you covered. We make it easy for you to impress your guests for company parties, sports banquets, or reunions. Corky's has been trusted year after year for all of your party needs. Call today and reserve your private party room before your date is booked.
Flavor. Corky's Barbecue.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Five Ash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, Orco hard coolers, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Nothing says summer like an ice-cold Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Smooth, refreshing, real brewed tea with 5% alcohol. Look for Twisted Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. I'm hanging out with Jay Morgan. He's been chilling with me all day. You know, I got my buddy, Brian Dakis, as well. Zach Boyd was here, but he bounced on me. He left, man. Thought we had the whole team. But you know what? I'm lucky. I'm blessed. Dustin Starr is going to join us right now. I don't know where Dustin is. He could be down in Florida. He could be at the lake. Could be at a beach. Or he could be at a ballpark. What up, Star? Did you have a happy 4th?
Oh, yeah. Man, we're on the road headed back to Memphis right now. We've been gone for about 10 days. It was awesome. How about you?
Man, I had a blessed one. I can't complain. Had a lot of friends, a lot of fun, a lot of Tito's. Can't go wrong there. So,
Yeah.
except for I will
Well,
give a lot. Today's been a little bit rough. Getting up in the morning was very, very
getting
difficult.
back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think last time we talked, I told you that my house was robbed, so that happened. And then, of course, we were on the beach, so it's like,
Hold up.
all right, yeah, let's have some fun. So we did. So then, of course, I'm on a boat, and I got distracted. My Maria in a bikini, of course, and I dropped my phone in the ocean. So
Whoa,
there
hold
is
on.
there's a phone in the bottom of the ocean right now. I think SpongeBob's trying to text me on it or something. But yeah, it's been a heck of a week.
That is absolutely. So you don't get a new phone until you get back to Memphis, do you?
Well, no, actually, I was able to pick up a phone the next day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I was able to get a phone the next day, I think in Gulf Shores. But I have never, like, when I dropped the phone off the boat, I thought I had like 3 Mississippi or 2 Mississippi at least, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Maybe it like kind of does that little bubble thing before it starts going down. Man, this phone sank like a brick. So all my phone numbers, photos, videos, and a lot of work stuff was all on that phone. So it'll be a recovery process getting back to the house. So I'm like on a bare bones phone right now.
That is
that crazy?
That is crazy because I can't. You know how much stuff you had in there for wrestling, from the Redbirds to the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So my buddy Jason, he was on the boat with us before. Like I looked and I was going to dive in, but immediately it was gone. And we weren't like in the shallow ocean. We're out in the ocean on a boat, and so Jason jumps overboard, going into the water after it. It quickly comes up and goes, "Yeah, there's no floor down there." And we're pulling him back in the boat. It was craziness, but we made it through. Heading back to Memphis, a lot of work to do. Refreshed, recharged. Let's go.
Man, speaking of being refreshed and recharged, you're also doing some people favors out there. I did see that you had a July 4th sale that's going all the way through July 7th at 1 o'clock. What you got? What's going on over there?
Man, those are so we have some tickets that are on sale. We kind of freshened up the upcoming schedule just a little bit, and then also the T-shirts. Yes, I get asked all the time about the T-shirts that you see online or that you see that we sell at the Wrestle Center, and maybe you haven't been able to come by. They actually have I think it's either 20 or 25% off special right now at Pro Wrestling Tees. So you can either go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com, or if you already shop on Pro Wrestling Tees, just look up Memphis Wrestling and you'll see. Yeah, they got a discount on the T-shirts all the way through the entire week. And then on July 16th, we've added the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer. So Dr. Tom Pritchard will be in on the 15th. That's a Saturday for a wrestling seminar. And then the 16th is the Murder Hawk Monster from AEW. That's a big one. And you can save $5 off those tickets for July 16th with the code word Archer. But Darren Drozdoff, a former football player turned wrestler with WWF back then, he actually became paralyzed wrestling for WWF.
Passed away, didn't he?
Couldn't move at all. Yeah, he passed away. Dr. Tom Pritchard was a guy that was friends with him, just talked to him a couple of weeks ago, kept up with him. I think he had something to do with his training when he started being a professional wrestler. So Dr. Tom's going to come in and do the seminar, but then also go show his support at Darren Drozdoff's gathering. I don't think it's the funeral. I think it's like a celebration of life or something like that. So he's going to head out there on that Sunday. So Archer's going to step in for us on the 16th. But Dr. Tom Pritchard is still coming. But just a little bit of sad news in the wrestling world there.
Yeah, that's always a little bit painful. And I was going to also say, though, but Dr. Tom Pritchard, I mean, he has worked with the biggest of the biggest stars in all of wrestling. I mean, we're talking about The Rock, everybody and their grandmother, basically.
Most of the people that you watch on television today, and I'm not even really exaggerating, he had something to do with their training. He was in the developmental system with WWE for so long. He was on television with them back in the WWF days for so long. So he's actually with NWA right now, who tours the United States, and I think just went overseas.
Did you say NWA?
As well. So, yeah, National Wrestling Alliance. Billy Corgan actually owns National Wrestling Alliance. Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins.
Wait a second, for real?
Yeah, for real. So you can look them up. Just go to NWA on YouTube, and you can see NWA Power and some of the television shows they have. And that's kind of like a next step for some of our wrestlers. So that's one of the reasons that Dr. Tom Pritchard is coming in, since he works with NWA and has a lot of influence, whether he's in a creative position or not. He has a lot of influence, especially when it comes to talent and training. So that's the value of when he comes in and we have a seminar with 50 spots, very limited. These guys and gals can get taken, get a look, see what they need to improve on, and possibly even get an opportunity, whether it's a tryout or maybe Dr. Tom sees the right person and says, wow, we need a bigger stage for
you got it.
So-and-so. And there you go. Boom.
And he's one of those guys who has just an eye for talent. And also, though, but don't forget, man, the Wrestle Center, man, the wrestling training center that you got going on. I mean, you got some youngins out there. You got some older ones, some big guys, some good gals.
How's we actually have a couple of tours scheduled today, actually. We had, I think, 2 new trainees sign up last week. And again, this crop of trainees that are coming through, they're all much, much younger, which is really good because then you have, more longevity. You have longer, like Tim Bosby, for instance, a WWE prospect with us. He's 19. I talk about him a lot. But, man, this kid has an opportunity of a lifetime to do this forever. If he can get signed and keep progressing and,
How big is Tim?
Make it. Tim is probably about 6'4", 6'5", about 250. Now, he competed in 220 weight class, so he's used to competing in 220 in high school. And then, of course, he's not doing the weight classes anymore, so he can blow up. I mean, he can get 250, 260, especially at his size. And as he gets older, his body will
mature like a mug. And I'll tell you one thing. I think we lost Dustin just now. Mr. Starr, you're back.
No, I'm here.
No, I lost.
Did you lose me?
Yeah, I lost you just for a second. You were talking about Tim and about how young he was and how like the opportunity when he grows into his body. I mean, by the time this guy's 24 years old, he's going to know exactly how to wrestle, what to do. He's got the size. He's got a good future.
Absolutely, 100%. And that's what we're looking at. I know some people look at it as pie in the sky, but man, the Wrestle Center, that's what it's all about. We're in there grinding and sweating and training and setting up seminars with WWE, AEW, NWA. We're literally trying to get these guys and gals to the next level, and I have the confidence that they will too. So you can check it out, WrestleCenter901.com. If you're thinking about getting into the business, the Dr. Tom Pritchard seminar on the Saturday, July 15th would be a really good start. Might as well start with the best, right?
Man, start with the best. Memphis Wrestling. I'm telling you right now, Dustin Starr can teach you everything that he knows. He's always very kind, also pass on his things. But again, Dr. Tom Pritchard on July 15th. But don't you have a fundraiser before that on Thursday?
We do, the 13th. So not this Thursday, but next Thursday, we're going to return to New Albany, Mississippi, which is right there by Tupelo. And so we were at Ingomar High School, which is Ingomar Attendance Center last year. It was awesome. We were on the ball field. We did so well that this year they wanted to bring us back. We're going to be in the school gym. So it's the Ingomar High School gym. You can get your tickets in advance. It's at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. And what we're doing is we set up a ring, put together all the matches. You'll see the build-up and everything throughout the weeks on Memphis Wrestling. And then we donate some of the proceeds to Ingomar Baseball to where they can get new equipment. And so we have several of those lined up. One is in August with St. Jude out in Mississippi. And then at the end of August, we're going to be in Gleason, Tennessee. So even the small towns, it doesn't matter if it's small town, Memphis, whatever, you name it, man, we can do a bang-up job fundraising. We'll have a real good night next Thursday.
And you just closed out a fundraising event not too long ago.
Yes. I'm telling you, man, word gets around. There's a lot of schools and teams that like to do fundraisers, and we've all been asked if we want to buy popcorn or we want to buy candy bars and all the typical fundraisers that you and I did growing up, going to school and everything. Well, now imagine setting up Memphis Wrestling at your school or at your fundraiser and selling tickets and sponsorships and raising money that way. It's a whole lot more fun and a lot more interactive too.
Man, like speaking of interactive, though, you take wrestling everywhere. Again, you're doing fundraisers. You did it down on Beale Street. You've been at Ghost River.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you do it the Grizzlies games, but on July I think 28th, I believe,
Yes,
aren't you doing a little
yes,
something
sir.
with the Redbirds?
Man, I can't wait. I was just reading emails about that. I got my phone, so I was away for a minute. So if I get caught up on some emails, but yeah, July 28th. That's a Friday night. It is going to be so much fun out at AutoZone Park. And again, we had Rocky the Rockin' Redbird in studio with us at our last TV taping. So he's going to be appearing on the show coming up. It's going to be some sort of shenanigans, so be on the lookout. But on Friday night, I believe first pitch is like 7:05. So I would imagine about 5:30, and I'll get those exact times out there. But we have pregame matches that'll get you warmed up for the baseball game. And then, of course, Memphis Wrestling will have some sort of interaction during the ball game with all the fun games and stuff that we play on the field. And then immediately following the game, as you're leaving, there's going to be a huge main event on the way out. And so no specialty ticket needed. Just go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. You'll see the banner with the Redbirds on there, or you can go Redbirds website. But it's going to be on Friday, July 28th. Memphis Wrestling tag teaming with the Memphis Redbirds. I can't wait. That's two of my favorite things coming together as one.
I love it. And by the way, I will tell you out there, on June 30th, I got to go out there and get my Tommy Edman bobblehead. And everybody who went down there for the 4th of July festivals down at AutoZone Park,
yeah.
they saw, I talked to a couple of people, and they said the fireworks, their fireworks are always awesome. They said they just kicked it up even a notch that I didn't know they could kick it up to. So you got to get down to AutoZone Park, check out the Redbirds. You'll see Dustin Starr down there doing his things. But again, make sure if you're a wrestling fan, July 28th, be there. It is wrestling night with the Memphis Redbirds. Now I got to ask you, this isn't until August 6th. Who's Dirty Dango?
Dirty Dango, man. Back in WWE, he's one of the most popular characters where everybody sang his theme song. He was like a dancing character, but
he looks like he worked for Chippendales for a few years.
He's on Impact Wrestling at this point, so he's moved from the WWE to Impact Wrestling. He's one of the guys that I worked with when I was working in WWE developmental systems. So looking forward to Dirty Dango coming, and you never know what you're going to expect with that. And mentioning Impact Wrestling, I know I told you before, but those tickets are on sale September 22nd and 23rd. Like, I cannot even tell you. Actually, I can. It was, probably 15 years ago at Lander Center was the last time TNA Wrestling or Impact Wrestling was in the Mid-South area. So, and that was a pay-per-view. So there's no telling when you'll have an opportunity to see an Impact Wrestling live again. So September 22nd, 23rd, those tickets are on sale right now. They're coming to Graceland. So all those Impact Wrestling stars you'll be able to see.
That's pretty cool right there.
It is.
I didn't know that. So they're going to do it at Graceland?
Yes. I guess they're doing it at the sound stages over there where we filmed a lot of young rock stuff because the seating situation is really good. I mean, it's a very open space, big stage, but actually you can part it off in different ways. So I'm not sure exactly what the setup is, but keep your eyes open because you'll see some of the Memphis Wrestling stars out there for this one. So you got WWE coming, Impact Wrestling coming, and I hear that AEW is coming after WWE comes, which is the end of August.
AEW, that's All Elite Wrestling, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that the one that does the behind-the-scenes stuff?
Yes. So they started doing a kind of a reality-based television show of what you don't see on the wrestling program.
I noticed something because I actually caught one of those episodes. Do they do a lot more female wrestling than the leagues? Because there was a whole lot of women backstage, is what I'm saying.
Yes. I mean, both companies, WWE and AEW, have a huge women's division. And it's just the popularity of women's wrestling. And we talked about the Bellas several weeks back. They were a part of that revolution of people complaining that the women weren't getting enough time on television. And so Stephanie McMahon did something about it. And then once it became popular and AEW came around, AEW is kind of known for having the women's wrestlers that are very... I would say very aggressive.
Oh, aggressive.
They're very good looking too, but aggressive and really good in the ring. So it made WWE pick it up a notch. And so both divisions, AEW's women's division and WWE's, is really good. So that doesn't surprise me at all. They probably get more TV time on that reality-based show than some of the men do, I'm sure.
Well, I will say you were down at the beach having a good time, losing your phone and hanging out with the family. boating it up and everything. But, Natalia fought Ray Ripley. They faced off each other. Natalia's got a little battle scars from the WWE Raw on Monday night.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley is awesome, by the way. I think she could beat up most of the men. I would compare her to Charlotte Flair. They say Charlotte's like the greatest of all time. So Rhea Ripley just kind of getting started. But
is Jim Ross still around, by the way?
Yeah, I hate that you brought that up. He just recently stepped down for a little bit. He said he had to take some time off. Apparently, before Collision debuted, a new television show for AEW, he had a nasty fall.
Oh, man.
And so he posted on Twitter his face, and it was very bruised, like he had fallen on his face. And so he did do the television show that night, and his voice just didn't sound good at all. So he was very apologetic and just stepped away. I imagine we'll see him back, though. But I don't know the details of that fall, but it apparently roughed him up pretty good.
How long has he been doing it?
Forever.
I mean, I can't remember a time. I was going to say, I don't remember a time in my life where Jim Ross wasn't doing something with wrestling. So.
Well, even when WWE took him off television, when he had Bell's palsy real bad, he had a lot of side effects from that. They took him off TV, and the fans still wanted him back. And so WWE, they didn't have to bring him back, but there was enough stir that they wanted him to be back. So they brought him back, and then I would kind of compare, this is going to be bad, but I kind of compare WWE to like the New England Patriots. As far as talent's concerned, they got a real good idea of what you got left.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
How much is left in the tank, and they get rid of them before other teams, they don't give their contract to somebody if they don't think they're going to pan out.
Right, and at first I think the fans are like, oh, man, WWE, what are they doing? And then after a couple of months or whatever, then it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, I see what they did. Or at least me, you have to look at it from a realistic standpoint. But I compare WWE kind of to the Patriots, where they know. They've been doing it long enough. They know.
Well,
usually they're pretty right on.
Do me a big favor right now, because I know you're trying to get home. I appreciate you taking some time. Again, give your lovely family a big old hug for me and tell them I said what up. But you got the July 4th sale that's going on all the way through the 7th at 1 o'clock. I think 20% off on basically everything, correct?
Yes. Get that Memphis Vince T-shirt.
Get that T-shirt. And don't forget, Everybody Dies is coming up on July 16th. That's where you have Archer, right?
Yes, everybody dies. That's his slogan. So there's no telling whose ass he's going to whip when he's there.
You'll be in New Albany, Mississippi for the fundraiser on the 13th. You got a lot of stuff, and don't forget in August you got Dirty Dango, which I'm telling you, I don't even know what's going to go on with that one.
There are dates that are set that we have not released to the public yet, just because it's a lot. It's like when you're looking at the Redbirds, they have a homestand. You can only kind of market one at a time. They all run together. So we've got some really cool stuff coming up that you don't know about yet. So just stay tuned to that website. Stay tuned on social media, and definitely watch every Saturday. The Pope is making his Memphis Wrestling debut on the TV show this Saturday, and that is awesome. The fans
is this the Holy War?
On fire for that. This is the Holy War, and I did steal that slogan from you.
Man, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Don't you worry about it. I steal things all the time. Just words, Just words, that is, not actually things. Just other people's. I take credit for some of their slogans, man. Dustin, be blessed. Get home. We'll see you soon. And again, follow Dustin at Dustin Starr. That's with 2 R's. And always make sure that you're at ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. That's ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. Be safe, be blessed. I'll see you next week, brother.
Johnny Radio, I will see you then. Oh, yeah.
My man, Dustin Starr. By the way, he always looks good. His family looks good. His son-in-law, you know what? His little baby boy is styling and profiling. Do you know why? Dustin always goes to Frontier Western Store, 5880 Cookman Road down in Olive Branch. He makes sure he's got Maria's stuff because she goes all of her shopping there at Frontier Western Store at the ladies' boutique. They got all their boots, cowboy boots, work boots, wrestling boots, hiking boots. I'm going to kick your butt boots. Everything you need is at Frontier Western Store. Plus, they have the greatest brands from Wrangler to Ariat or Ariat to Wrangler and everything in between. Don't you dare touch the dial, though. On the other side, we got a little bit of bets to talk about. We got some goofy stuff. We got Hardenwood, and it's a beautiful Wednesday, July 5th. We have survived July 4th. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch has an offer you can't refuse. They will pay you to do business with them if you want luxury. And I'm talking the Genesis G70 car. If you would love to have that kind of new technology, they will give you a $1,000 rebate when you finance with Genesis Motor Finance. In other words, they'll pay you $1,000 to do business with them, and you get brand new luxury. You can't beat it. That's Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis, right at the corner of Craft Road and Highway 78 in Olive Branch. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch, where customer retention is amazing. There's a reason. They take care of you with a team that's been together for a long time. Whether it's finance or whether it's service, you can't beat them. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis. Attention, everyone. Family Leisure needs your help clearing out their inventory. Let me say that again. Family Leisure is needing your help to clear out their inventory. And to do so, there are tons of great deals throughout the store. For example, all do-it-yourself pools are $1,000 off. Special 24-foot round pools for less than $2,000. Select play gyms, only $18.99. Hey, if you need patio furniture, they have patio furniture that's now up to 30% off. Spas are in stock. They're up to $1,200 off. Now listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. 24 months, same as cash financing, is now available through this sale. Family Leisure needs your help clearing out their inventory, so come and do your part at Family Leisure. Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work denim by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Nothing says summer like an ice-cold Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Smooth, refreshing, real brewed tea with 5% alcohol. Look for Twisted Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's hanging out with me. And you know I got two beautiful daughters, don't you, Jay?
Yeah.
Beautiful daughters.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that it's 11:53 and my daughter, in the middle of the show, just decided to text me, "Hey, Dad, I got my Kappa Kappa invoice. Can you pay it, please? Love you." Oh, man. I'm telling you, it's tough to be a dad.
Is that right?
It is tough. It is tough. It also makes you broke. Thank God I can get Tito's for $33.99 a handle at any liquor store. That's right. And when life hands me lemons, you know what I do? I don't freak out. I don't fret. I don't even stress about it. I just make a lemon drop, and I always make it with the best, and that's Tito's handmade vodka, which is crafted and sealed right here in the United States, down in Austin, Texas. It's the best vodka in the world. It is the 3-time champion of the Vodka Tonic of the Year. That's right. If you want a good vodka tonic, Tito's does it the best. Plus, they are great with martinis, Cosmos. Heck, Tito's is good with tap water as it is with your favorite mixer. And just so you know, it's hot out there. Drinking Tito's in water is actually a good way to hydrate. So if you want to stay refreshed, you want to make sure you got your fluids, a little Tito's and water can always go a long way. Now, we have some Summer League action. Did you know that the Summer League is here, Jay?
I did.
Are you a Summer League guy?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm ready to see Snack Lofton go absolutely crazy for the Grizzlies. He's going to have the green light. I think he's going to be like the G League Charles Barkley of the G League. What do you think?
So?
He can score with both hands. He's kind of big in the belly, a little undersized. But my man, he gets it done. He had a double-double in the first game. My man Snack gets it done.
The Thunder's roster was actually really good. I can't believe they're playing all those guys. That's crazy. They're playing both Jalen Williams.
Oklahoma City's the favorite to win that one, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're playing professional basketball players. Like they're playing Trey Mann, both Jalen Williams, who played significant with Chet. But the Jalen Williams started in a playoff game, for goodness sakes. I mean, I can't believe they're playing in the Summer League. It's crazy. Maybe they just needed to round out the roster, and these are the guys they have. And I guess all minutes are good minutes. I mean, heck, who knows? So, yeah, the Thunder should be the favorites.
I get it. Not really kind of. I mean, I do get it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, they should be the favorites, but it is weird that they're playing all those people. I do have, though, a little bit of information that has to do with Grizzlies in the Summer League. So, on Thursday at 4 o'clock Central Time, you're going to get to see the Marcus Smart interview. And on Friday, you're going to get to hear a little bit of Desmond Bay.
What a tease.
Yeah, tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
2 press conferences.
It's the first time you're going to hear from Marcus Smart as a Grizzly.
2 press conferences.
I don't know if you know it's the summer. We're talking Summer League, bro. Okay? It's news. If you're a Grizzlies head, you're going to be all up in it. You know what I'm saying?
You're honestly right about that. That is so true, though. People do care about that.
Holy cow. I just got on Twitter. Do you know what today is?
July 5th.
National Bikini Day.
Wow. Right up your alley, John.
Oh, my Lord.
You're as big a bikini enthusiast as anybody I know.
And guess who put out a National Bikini hot shot?
Paige Spreenak.
And did you see what she did for the United States?
No, John.
She's so American, it's not even funny. She wore a USA bikini yesterday and took the most beautiful picture you've ever seen. And this is just a National Bikini Day, so this is a very, very small bikini.
Wow,
I think this is what works in the Gold Club.
Does the size of the bikini equate to how much you love bikinis? Like,
actually,
do you not
the smaller
love bikinis
the better.
Enough?
Smaller the better.
So the smaller the bikini, the more you love bikinis.
You know what's so interesting? Have you ever thought about like the bikini game? Do you
Not
know?
Really, no.
Like they sell the least amount of clothes for like a ton of money. Think about it. You barely have to buy any fabric, yet you're selling.
Yeah, but it has to be sturdy, John.
Oh, it's sturdy, man. It's sturdy.
Otherwise, that's how a boob pops out.
That's called a wardrobe malfunction.
It sure is.
It is.
That's what it was called at the Super Bowl, at least.
Man, happy National Bikini Day from everybody. And I will tell you something. I'm finding new bikini models out there I need to follow. So if you want to go to Twitter, check them out. And do me a favor. Don't touch the dial. We have baseball picks and hardwood on the other side. It is Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Hi,
right, folks, you don't have to drive an ugly car to get good mileage or a low price. Sunrise Chevy has 10 models that get 30 miles per gallon. Choose from Chevy Camaros, Corvettes, Blazers, Silverados, and the all-new 23 Colorado. Right now, Sunrise Chevy has hundreds of new cars and trucks available and in stock, ready for immediate delivery. And Sunrise has financing for everyone, regardless of past credit. A huge selection of used cars and trucks starting at $99.95. Come on, man, don't be that guy driving a nasty car. Find new roads in the car of your dreams at Sunrise Chevy, 385 in Houston, Levy, and Collierville.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for a high-efficiency planting solution? The Case IH2150 Early Riser Planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a rugged row unit for a fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH2150 Early Riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so that you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag Equipment at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH Equipment headquarters. Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawild Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Jay Morgan. It is a Wednesday. It's July 5th. I hope you had a wonderful July 4th. And I thought July 4th was awesome. I did not know until today, July 5th is National Bikini Day. Everybody get out there, put your bikinis on, and let's celebrate. Let's do this. I'm off at 1 o'clock. Hit me up at Johnny_radio. Probably don't have my cell phone number, and I wouldn't answer it anyway.
But you could hit us up at the text line, and then I can convey the information to John.
901-360-8255. Send us some texts.
Just be like, what's up, Johnny?
Yeah,
Where you at? And I'll be like, John, can I tell these people where you at?
Man, I'm going to hopefully be out there celebrating National Bikini Day.
Uh-huh.
I plan on hitting the pool up. I wonder if Money's got anything going on today.
I wonder.
Money's, by the way, I know why they call him T-Money.
Why is that?
Because T-Money, he's got some money. He's got a beautiful home, big pool, nice house. He's got a man cave. His man cave, it does have a different smell to it, though, than the normal house.
Interesting.
Has kind of a pungent smell.
What
do you think it is?
I couldn't even venture a guess.
I think it's hippie lettuce. I think so.
Okay.
I think so. But we have some baseball games we're going to bet on today, and I have to tell you, I'm feeling really good. You know those Atlanta Braves, deadgummit? You remember them Atlanta Braves that I was bragging on?
They're a good baseball team, John.
They're a good baseball team. What happened to them this weekend?
They beat the crap out of the Marlins.
Yesterday they lost 5-4.
Oh, you said this weekend again when you meant yesterday.
Yes. Yesterday was I'm sorry. I feel like it's a Monday.
No, it's not. It's a Wednesday.
Yeah, I feel like it's a Monday. It is a Wednesday. I'm trying to keep track. But the Braves lost to the Guardians 6-5 yesterday.
Sure did.
It was in 10 innings. And I just have a big feeling today that I'm in love with the Braves because, one, the Braves are a great baseball team. I think they're going to get off today big time, and I'm going to take them minus the 1.5.
Well, I don't mean to get it. I mean, that's a great bet, John. I don't mean to dismiss your bet at all. I actually didn't have anything for that game, so I'm writing that down right now.
Dude, Mike Soroka's going to make his 4th start of the season. He's still working through things. He's going to be a lot better. He's going to keep those Guardian hitters off. He's going to keep them just completely chilling like some villains.
So you're betting on the come for Mike Soroka.
I'm betting that Mike Soroka is about to go out there and actually look like Mike Soroka.
Did I just make a betting analogy? How about that?
You did a good job.
That Vegas has changed me. I really wanted you to start at the beginning, though. Can we start at the Rockies and Astros? Because I looked at this game a little bit earlier, and this guy from
that Astros line is so big.
It is, but you could get the first 5 over 5.5, plus 112. I got earlier. I think it's plus 104 some places right now. Over 5.5 seems pretty good. J.P. France has been giving up a few runs here and there. And this guy, but the Rockies, the Astros might get there by themselves.
Because of Chase Anderson?
The Chase Anderson guy. Now,
He's
a lot
not
of these.
Any good, let's be just real.
J.P. France, we can maybe say like average, giving up like 2 runs in this game. And then this kid Anderson, let's just look at road games. Gave up 7 runs to the Braves. Braves are good. 3 runs and 4 1/3 at Boston. 2 runs at Kansas City, and they stink. We can assume that they might get over 5.5 for plus money. I feel like that's a pretty good bet. What do you think?
Well, if you're thinking that the Astros are going to score that many, why not to go by the minus 1.5?
I also did that at even money, plus 100, minus 1.5, first 5.
I was going to say, I like that one.
You like that too?
I like that one actually more than I like the total.
Really?
Man, it's weird. The Astros, I feel like if they go out there and, could get it done, it could be 3-0. You never know.
JP could shove, you think?
This is the Rockies lineup.
Fair enough. I think that's the argument that Brian Dacus made earlier today. You guys think alike in that
McMahon,
regard.
my man, he's the only one that's actually hitting for him right now. Have you been paying any attention with their little second
Rockies?
baseman?
No, I really don't watch much Rocky baseball.
You don't watch much Rocky baseball? Well, I will tell you something. This is going to blow your mind when you hear this. Ryan McMahon this year has already got 13 bombs, 43 RBI, 39 walks, and 80 hits and 300 at-bats. He's been a machine. And if you had him in fantasy baseball at second base, you're not doing too bad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Ezekiel Tovar's on their team. He's a good player.
Tovar's, no. He was supposed to be great. He's very average.
Chris Bryant and C.J. Cron?
Chris Bryant, those days where he was a superstar are long gone.
You don't like C.J. Cron either?
No, I don't. That lineup's not very good. I like the Astros minus 1.5.
Well, McMahon has struck out 106 times this season.
So what?
I don't like that.
I don't know if you know, but
I know it's the way they play baseball.
No. I don't like it either. But look at Matt Olson, who's is he still leading the National League for home runs?
Has to, and strikeouts for that.
But he's leading in strikeouts too. It's insane. He either hits a home run or he strikes out.
I don't like that, man.
I don't either. That's why you're a big. You're a Luis guy.
Oh, no, Schwarber passed him.
Schwarber has passed
Schwarber has 108 strikeouts. Matt Olson only has a measly 105. Ryan McMahon's passed him at 106.
Whoa.
Wow, Kelnick struck out 107 times. Good
Don't
Lord.
say anything about Seattle.
And Teoscar Hernandez has also struck out. Seattle has 2 guys that have struck out 100 times this season. Seattle has 3 players that have struck out 100 times, and Julio has struck out 96. This lineup is crazy. These guys can't win. No wonder they stink. This is I've never seen anything like this in my life. I got to go look at their totals.
Yeah, they are striking out at a high rate. So we're taking the Astros minus the 1.5. We agree on that one. Now, if you want to look at the Athletics and Tiger game, the Toilet Bowl game, I kind of actually love the Tigers, believe it or not, minus 1.5 at home at Comerica, because have you seen the Waldchuk kid pitch?
No, but he didn't look as bad as I expected him to look.
I thought he looked pretty bad. I didn't think he looked like a professional pitcher.
Is that right?
Yeah, you can throw hard, you can throw soft. It don't matter as long as you move it up and down and out, in and out. Change his thing.
4.6 ERA last month though.
4.6 ERA. His
4.6
whip is his walks, hits, innings pitched.
1.72 last month.
Oh, last month. On the season, it is 2.
Yeah, but what have you done for me lately? He's getting better. He's improving.
I'm not going with Ken. I can't back Ken. I think Detroit gets him. I actually think Miggy does something, believe it or not, today.
I actually am terrified to bet on Detroit because they lost yesterday 1-0. I had them -1.5 yesterday.
And they only won by 1.
No, they lost.
Oh, they lost the game?
They lost to the A's 1-0 in extra innings yesterday. So I'm really kind of tentative betting on Detroit. I really liked it yesterday, but they scared me off now. Bryant gave up a great bet. I got to give him credit. He thinks Ed Rodriguez making his first start since May. 10% strikeout rate, a really good strikeout rate, one of the highest in baseball. Over 4.5 strikeouts, -105.
Ooh, I like that.
That's good. It's good
because the A's strike out all the dead gum time.
Mm-hmm.
It only got to go over 4.5.
That's right. So that's why I'm staying away from.
How many innings do you think he actually gets today?
It's his first start. That's a good question. I didn't think about that.
The only thing that makes me nervous about that is he on a pitch restriction, like a number of pitches. You know, is he going to be throwing 80 pitches and they're going to like pull him after that? That's the only thing that's a little bit scary because I will tell you one thing that looks very tempting because the A's are some strikeout.
That could be why it's so low though. That's actually a really good point.
I'm kind of a little bit nervous about that one.
No, it doesn't look like it's an index finger injury. So that's not the kind of thing that you have an innings restriction for when you come back. Like that would be more structural, like a shoulder or elbow or something, right?
Bro, no. Like,
am I underplaying a finger injury?
Yeah, you have no idea how important a finger is.
I guess that's true. You're gripping the baseball.
Yeah. It's kind of it's kind of important.
No, I guess
that's Ask Shohei Ohtani why I had to wear an acrylic nail, and then because he was using his hand a little bit different, more than a little different style. I got a blister on his finger.
But at -105, close to even money, I think it's worth it, right? Worth the risk.
I will tell you during the break, you mentioned the Phillies. We were talking about that. You can get Phillies right now +110 against the Rays.
I just took it first 5. I don't want to mess with the bullpen.
You like Walker?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm betting on Walker
Craig
today.
Kimbrell has been pitching good.
He has.
Acevedo or whatever his deadgum name is has been throwing the ball well. I mean, Philly's bullpen, which was straight trash in April, has completely turned things around. And I can't believe I'm saying this. Craig Kimbrell is doing a hell of a job at the back of that bullpen. I thought Craig Kimbrell's best days were way, way behind him, but he's taking care of business. I like Walker. I like the first 5.
Yeah, I got first 5. Wow, this line has shifted a lot. I got first 5 at even money earlier for the game.
What's it going to?
For the game 115, you can get first 5.
Ooh, there's a
lot.
I'm
sorry.
money.
For the game, you can get 115 on the money line. I apologize.
Not bad.
But because if you like the bullpen, I could trust the bullpen. But the Rays, the problem is the Rays are so dangerous hitting. Like I don't want to go through 9 innings where I'm watching Phillies pitchers pitch against one of the best hitting teams in baseball.
Man.
So I think I'll just stick with the 5. I'm getting plus money there. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stay there.
And the thing is that's so weird about that Rays, if you would have told me at the beginning of the year I could have the Phillies lineup or the Rays lineup, I'm taking the Phillies. But Wander Franco, Randy Rosarena, he's been doing his thing.
We hate the Phillies, John. No way you like the Phillies. We hate the Phillies. We hate them.
I like Bryce
You would
Harper.
never take down what a bum he is.
He's got a great head of hair.
Yeah, he does have that.
Fastest person to ever come back from Tommy John surgery. Did you know that?
I have a 3rd place in the NL East.
How about he's the MVP?
Well, no, Acuna's the MVP.
No, he has a MVP.
Unfortunately, that is true.
It is not unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate.
Hell, Yandy Diaz is playing good at first base, and I thought he was going to be the worst first baseman in the entire league. They got a good little team, man.
I can't believe I bet on the Phillies. I can't believe Bryant convinced me to bet on the Phillies. I hate the Phillies.
If you win some money on the Phillies, will you still hate the fact that you...
Yeah, I just, they just rub me the wrong way. I don't like the way they do business.
Is it their fans or is it their mascot? I mean, what is it?
I just think the franchise is trash.
Oh, okay. So you weren't back in the day, you didn't like John Kruk?
No, I do like John Kruk.
He's one of my favorite people in baseball of all time.
Krucky.
And then the craziest person in the world, Nails.
I love Nails.
Dude, he was the crazy...
I don't know if I actually love Nails. He's a character for sure.
He was a hell of a baseball player.
He was a good baseball player.
And he was also one hell of a pyramid scheme. I mean, the dude got $300 million, never passed his Series 7, never studied stock, but somehow convinced rich people to give him money for his stock tips. But he wasn't actually picking stocks. He was just spending their money.
Genius.
I mean, and he's actually out of jail already.
How about that?
Bernie Madoff, I think he's dead, isn't he? Or is he still in jail?
Bernie Madoff is dead, right?
Did he die in jail?
I think.
I know if he's not dead, he's in jail.
No, I think he's dead.
You think his wife still got a little cash?
I don't know. Was she married?
Yeah, he was married.
Oh.
You don't remember Ruth Madoff?
No.
I actually pay attention.
Tylan Walker's pitching well, though. I'll tell you what. I think I'm going to take the Phillies on the first 5, but no, I hate the stinking Phillies.
I'm taking the Phillies as well. Now, we're jumping all over the Marlins today, right? They won 15-2. Libator, who I can't stand that Dacus likes him. Libator is Liba trash.
He was really bad his last outing, too.
Dude, he's been really bad. He's won one game all season.
Yeah, Brian said, watch your mouth, John.
I'm just telling you, this ain't the Redbirds. This is the Cardinals. And my man should be pitching for the Redbirds. He shouldn't be pitching for the Cardinals. Problem is the Cardinals have nobody to pitch.
I don't know. This is against the Cubs, so that's not very good. He didn't give up a run against the Cubs his last outing.
Don't you think the Cardinals, 15 games under 500 and completely trash, are actually enjoying Miami instead of worrying about a baseball game?
I don't know. I would like to have like a more baseball reason for why I'm betting on them.
Well, a baseball reason is Matt Libator is trash.
Fair enough.
Marlins, I don't know if you've been paying attention. This is your team. They've been hitting the cover off the baseball.
Well, not against Atlanta, but they have been against them.
Oh, I'm sorry. They got beat up by Atlanta, only the best team in
and
baseball.
And Hoeing has been really good against
everybody.
Hoeing
is something that I'm telling you.
It's a relief day, too. It's a relief
Hoeing
day.
on National Bikini Day is...
But he did give up 7
it's like,
runs against the Braves.
Like, what is it?
Throw that out.
Beans and Franks? No.
Frank and Beans.
Franks and Beans. Is that what they say?
Sure.
Like you acted like you knew it.
I'm trying to play along,
I'm just saying Hoeing on National Bikini Day. I think that I just found out my favorite bet of the day.
We're going to take the Marlins.
We're Hoeing on
I
National
don't like.
Bikini.
I'm scared to bet on a team on a
it's
bullpen
minus
day.
120, man.
What about an over? Maybe I don't trust Libator. I mean, Hoeing can maybe shut down for an inning or two, but I don't know if the rest of the bullpen for the Marlins is really that good. Like Puck is good, but he's a closer. I just don't know if I trust the Miami bullpen. I might be more comfortable taking an over in that game if we're betting on the fact that the Marlins are scoring a lot of runs as of late. Because they are. They're hitting the ball really well. Over 4.5 first 5 is minus... Over 5.5 is plus 112. Over 4.5 is minus 123.
Do you play the first 5 because you can't, like, is 9 innings too long for you?
I just don't know enough about the relief pitchers for all the teams, but I know a fair amount about the starting pitchers, and at least that information is really readily available.
Less work for you.
Yeah, it's just I feel like it's a smaller sample. I think for me it's easy. It's more predictable. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but that's what I think.
I'm not going to argue with you, to be honest with you. I kind of think your logic works.
But you just displayed a good knowledge of relief pitchers too for whatever team, the Phillies.
Well,
so like if you know the relief pitchers and who might pitch, it's probably better for you to bet the whole game. But I don't know any of that crap.
The importance, how important relief pitching is in my fantasy baseball league. I pay a whole lot more attention to the relief pitchers than I do the starters because you're rolling out 5 starters each week. It's one thing, but getting those wins, those saves in the hold. It's a 10-team league.
Okay, so 50 guys, plus bench guys as well.
A lot of bench guys, yeah, we got.
But relievers, you can really make up some ground.
That's where you make it, because right now, let's be real, man. How many real good closers are out there in baseball?
Not very many.
Not very
super
many
unpredictable.
It's so
this guy, A.J. Puck, was a setup guy to start the season for the Marlins.
Yes, he wasn't even going to be a closer. But what about Duvall, who's out in San Francisco, started out April, blew his first 3 saves of the season. I'm like, no, this guy's trash. I took him out of my lineup, put him on my bench. And then he got 4 saves the next week, and then it's just been dominating. So.
I think Devin Williams was hurt, and Bryce Wilson was closing games.
Who thought Will Smith was going to close in Texas?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, there's just the bullpen situation in pro baseball is very
fluid. That's why they don't last very long. A guy can be an all-star in the next year. I was going to say
volatile.
Oh, it could be that too.
Fluid feels like, something kind of, smooth, I mean, it's fluid. But no, it's volatile, man. It's like, it's insane. It's horrible. But anyway, back to our next game.
What about
Yankees?
Orioles? What did we settle on first 5 over? You don't like the first
No,
five.
no, I like the Marlins.
My next one
straight
is-
up. I'm going hoeing on the National Bikini Day.
My next one is Reds Nationals, and Graham Ashcraft has been absolutely terrible as of late. I really do like him, but he's been so bad.
His ERA is 6.66.
And if you just look at June by itself, it was just been
He's
so
the mark
bad.
of the beast.
Josiah Gray hadn't been as good as he was early in the season, but he hadn't been as bad as Ashcraft. I think I'm just going to take the Nationals money line first five. It's getting plus money on that.
Dang.
I made money betting the Nationals on a random spot last week, and I think we can do it again here.
Speaking of, remember when I was talking about my man, Mr. Diaz, Yandy Diaz, and about how he's playing well? Have you, the first baseman, Joey Meneses for Washington?
Oh, yeah.
That dude can hit, but he never hits a home run. On the entire season, he has 2 home runs and 317 at-bats, yet he's got 40 ribbies.
You know who I really like on that team is Lane Thomas, too. He used to play for the Cardinals, and he's hitting the ball really well. In fact, Brian Dacus and Brett Northworthy scoffed at me early in the season, when I'm watching the Nationals play, and I said, you ever watch guys that used to play for the Cardinals and you miss them? And I was watching Lane Thomas, and they would go, I don't miss Lane Thomas. Hitting 301 on the year, John. 900 OPS, 14 home runs. The guy is hitting well, even though the Nationals aren't very good.
Well, I have to say he's at least giving him a pulse.
So I think the Nationals' first five money line today, plus money, I want to take it. The Ashcraft has just been terrible, John.
My favorite game of the day, though, like I said, is actually Mike Soroka in his 4th start. I think he's going to look like Mike Soroka. But how many times have I told you to bet against Chad Quantrill this year?
I'm sure a lot.
Yeah. It's made you some money, hasn't it? Atlanta minus 65 for the game, but you can take a minus 1.5 plus money. I'm taking the Braves. They lost yesterday 6-5 to the Guardians in 10. Braves come out, beat the brakes off of Cleveland.
I think the Guardians can score runs, though. I like their lineup, John. I really do.
The Guardians on the entire season.
No, but as of late, they've been scoring runs. Just look at in the past, whatever. I don't know if you can do like a last 7 games deal or something like that, but they've been scoring runs. Let me look at their schedule here.
I would tell you,
but it was against
just
the Cubs
just so
as
you
well.
Know, the Braves have scored 150 runs more than them.
But that's what I'm saying is why 1.5 might scare me is because I think that the Guardians can maybe keep up with them and score runs. Because the Braves bullpen also isn't very good, and we're very much betting on the come for Soroka. You know what I mean? Like
I thought Mike looked a lot better in his last start. I feel like every single start he has progressed from the first one, second to the third, and this one's the happy number 4 on National Bikini Day. Mike Soroka gets it done. Atlanta Braves minus the 1.5 is my favorite bet on the day.
I'm in.
Period.
I'm getting minus 105 for that.
Ooh, I got it even money. I actually got it plus 110 earlier.
Wow. Well, we were too late to the party, I'm afraid, but I'll get it.
Yep, I got it plus 110.
Look at you. I should have listened. I should have listened earlier.
You should have. You know what? Everybody should listen. Now, I got to skip down. There's a few games I don't care about at all.
Wait, do Orioles-Yankees, because I've got 2 bets for that one. Look at that one real quick, if you don't mind.
You know what? You know who I like, don't you? I like the O's.
I like a Yerfie in that one in the first 5 over 5.
Run in the first inning?
Dean Kramer is terrible. This guy Vasquez, I believe it's only his 2nd start or something like that, and he was terrible in AAA. Now, his one start was okay, but it was against the White Sox. I feel like I'm kind of betting the opposite way of how we're betting on Soroka. There's no way this guy has good stuff.
I think Vasquez, man, I actually kind of like him.
Really?
I do. I think he's
Kramer
a
can
young
give
kid.
up 5 runs by himself, though, and the Yankees score runs at home.
Man, now you got me nervous about my O's pick.
No, but I'm just betting it over. I think the O's could be up. I bet the O's yesterday too. It was tough.
The O's have been hitting better than
Yankees are terrible on the road. They just look awful.
Gleyber Torres did you in yesterday, didn't he?
No, he was a bomb, man.
Yep,
3-run home run too. I think.
Gleyber was the one who got you yesterday. Man, you know what? I'm not touching this O's Yankee game.
Not even a Yerfie or an over 5 with me.
Man, I've been doing so bad
Double
on
unit
Yerfies and
Yerfie.
Nerfies.
Double unit Yerfie, John.
Last week you went 1-1 in your Yerfie and Nerfie.
Did I?
Mm-hmm. Or was it Monday?
That was Monday. Probably. Yeah, we were doing double unit Yerfies and Nerfies as of late.
Yep. Now,
just makes it a little more exciting.
Ole Miss pitcher Lance Lynn is on the bump today for the White Sox. They play the Blue Jays, and Jose Barrios.
I'm so scared. I don't know.
I was thinking to myself, over 9 feels like it's too low. Like, did you see Luis Robert yesterday hitting bomb? He's actually having a hell of a year this year. Bo Bichette can rake. I feel like over 9 is the play with Barrios and Lynn on the bump.
I could get behind that, I guess.
You guess it's not.
I really don't know much about the Blue Jays, quite honestly, John. So I would just be blindly trusting.
Wait
you
a second. What do you mean? What do you don't know about the Blue Jays?
I don't find myself betting on the Blue Jays very often. Honestly, I'm kind of scared of everybody they got because I just don't know much about. I just don't. And White Sox kind of the same way. I don't really bet on a lot of White Sox games either.
Well, I mean, the White Sox are 13 games under 500. It's a good thing you don't bet a lot on the White Sox.
Well, even in games they're involved in, I feel like I just don't find myself doing it very often. Maybe I'm not betting enough.
You're just mad Tony La Russa's not there anymore.
I kind of am, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. And
He's not sleeping in the dugout, making you feel comfortable.
I like Tony La Russa, man.
Sleeping in the dugout, not doing jack.
Over 9, I could get behind. Lance Lynn is good for 3 runs at least. Barrios is going 4-2-5. Didn't allow a run at Baltimore. That was a really good outing. But that might be an outlier there. So he could be good for 2. So in the first 5, you have 5 runs. Let's see what the first 5 is.
What's going on with the Angels and the Padres game? Please explain to me.
I just got here with you to Toronto and White Sox, and you moved on.
Because I already told you.
What about over 4.5 or over 5 runs in the first 5 innings? Do you like that?
I like over 9 for the game.
Okay.
White Sox bullpen is trash. The Blue Jays are a team that if you watch them this season, for some reason, they can go 5-6 innings, not do anything, and next thing you know, put up 5 in the 7th, 8th inning. They do some damage. When they do damage, they do damage. I like over for the game, not the first 5.
I'm in.
Bullpens are both bullpens are a mess, but you have to explain to me, how is it? Is it because I know Mike Trout's injured. I know Anthony Rendon is out. I know Shohei has a blister. But are they basically saying that there's no way that the Angels are going to score any runs today? Because the Padres could score 8 runs in the game. It's 8.5. Sandoval's pitching for the Angels. I feel like this Padres lineup could go absolutely banana sandwiches. The Padres maybe minus 1.5, but I like that over 8.5 because, Mike Trout, he's been giving you something this year, but Anthony Rendon hadn't given you jack.
Sandoval had a 7.11 ERA in the month of June.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Lugo,
how can it be 8.5?
Lugo threw 6 full no earned runs his last. He shoved against Cincinnati.
Whoa, he did that against the Reds?
Uh-huh.
With
5-hit game. 5
with
hits.
Ellie De La Cruz?
5 hits, 6 innings full.
De La. Is De La your favorite young
player? But I love fading Seth Lugo as well. No, I really like Adley Rutschman, but De La Cruz is awesome.
You like Adley Rutschman over De La Cruz?
Well, I don't know about over him. You're just asking me guys I like. I love watching Adley Rutschman.
What about do you like their little third baseman, speaking of Baltimore? What's his name? Henderson or something?
Gunnar Henderson.
He's 22 years old?
We were just looking at odds for him to win Rookie of the Year earlier this morning.
Dude, I like this young fella. Heck, he even played a couple games at shortstop.
Good player.
Dude can play. He's got a hell of a glove, and he can hit some bombs. When
Gunner's
he gets
a great
hot,
name, too, by the way.
What's his name?
Gunner.
Isn't that his first name?
Yeah, great name.
But his nickname's Gunner?
No, I think his name is Gunner.
No, his name is Gunner, I know, but you said his nickname.
No, it's a great name.
Oh, it's a great name.
Yeah, good name, Gunner.
Gunner is a great name.
Cool baseball name.
It is a cool baseball
name. That's a baseball name if I've ever heard one.
And in the last month, by the way, he's been hitting well. He's got 5 home runs. So I like it. Man, I love talking baseball. I could do it all day long. But I'm sorry, I got to tell you about a couple other things. And one thing I got to tell you about is Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road. It's down in Olive Branch. You can dress everybody in your family, and you can have them in style. They have all the brands, all the fashion, and they go from Ariat all the way to Wrangler. You got Miss Me, Girly Girl over there in the ladies' boutique, a children's department, cowboy hats, but the largest boot showroom on planet Earth. Head on over there to get your work boots, your dress boots, your cowboy boots, your western boots, your hiking boots, you name it, they got it. Frontier Western Store, and don't forget, if you can't make it to Olive Branch, you can shop online at frontierwesternstore.com. Hardwood on the other side, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Looking for a new lawnmower? Golf Cars of Hernando has the Gravely line of zero-turn lawnmowers in stock, and they work on them. Looking for a new golf cart? Golf Cars of Hernando has Yamaha and Star brands of golf carts in stock, and they also service most makes and models of golf cars. Financing is available with applicable credit at Golf Cars of Hernando. Call today, 662-429-1566, 662-429-1566. Golf Cars of Hernando.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Your favorite Italian pasta company in Delhi, Lucchese's, now ships. For over 25 years, Memphis has trusted Lucchese's to feed their loved ones, and now they've crafted 3 great comfort food meals that can be shipped across the country to your friends and family. Enjoy lasagna, ravioli, spaghetti, Italian spinach, and delicious sauces with no MSG, no preservatives, and no artificial colors. All you need to do is go to Lucchese's.com to place your order or call 901-766-9922.
4.9-liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. We are just hanging out on a beautiful National Bikini Day. I just love that. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just, have we been celebrating National Bikini Day for a long time?
I don't know.
I know I just found out about it. Have you seen the pictures on the Twitter yet?
No.
Hashtag National Bikini Day. It is a sight to see.
I must not be following the right people.
No, you're probably not. You're probably not doing it, to be honest with you. Now, I got to tell you right now, everybody out there in this world needs to be protected. Did you know that? You need protection. I need protection. And you know who has the best protection? That's State Farm. They are your good neighbor. And your good neighbor here in the Mid-South is Bob Simpson. Give him a call at 901-381-1233. That's 901-381-1233. Or get a quick quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, and that would be our buddy Bob Simpson. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Jay, you've been itching to get at this story all day long. So I'm going to let you.
Why do you say that?
Because you've been telling me about it all morning.
You can't just say, I want you to go first today.
No, I can't.
It has to be that I built it up to this point.
You built it up. Okay, I'm not going to let you down. I know it's going to be a good one.
All right, you're going to let me down. I'm not going to let you down. The fast food chain McDonald's, John, has launched a $235 wedding package that includes 100 boxes of McNuggets. Wedding package was started in Indonesia, where guests had the choice of 100 cheeseburgers or 100 McChicken boxes, or the same amount of cheeseburger and chicken fingers. Would you want that for a wedding, John?
No, I wouldn't, but I'm definitely not going to eat their chicken nuggets. I would go with the cheeseburgers. Their nuggets aren't real. Like, it ain't chicken, bro.
Brian said they are real.
It's pieces of chicken. Like, there's some chicken in it. But nah, bro.
They sure do taste good. Whatever parts they put in there.
I will not eat a chicken McNugget. ever. I don't think I've ever had one in my life. But I'll eat a cheeseburger
You know what you're missing.
if there's nothing in the world to eat. Now, do you want a little Hardwood story that's pretty sad?
No.
Jimmy Cordero will not take the mound again this season. MLB has suspended him for the rest of the year for violating its domestic violence and sexual assault and child abuse policy. Sounds like he didn't have a very good fourth, if you know what I'm saying. My man is gone. Yankees have they just can't get any breaks. Everything is going bad. Aaron Judge has been out all year. You got my man out there, Jimmy Cordero doing horrible things. He pitched in 31 games this year. He was 3-2 with a 3.86 ERA. He just threw for the team on Sunday. This is a developing story. The Yankees did come out there and state the obvious. There is no justification for domestic violence. Absolutely not. Do me a favor, people. Treat your family, your friends, and just all others with kindness and compassion. And if you're a professional athlete, don't go out there and beat the brakes off of somebody unless you're Conor McGregor and you do it for a living. So my man, Jimmy Cordero, he is done for the remainder of the season. Yankees more bad news, and it makes me like the O's a little bit more today.
Is that right?
Yep, it sure does.
Because there's the clubhouse is
It's all they're talking about is my man, Mr. Cordero, doing horrible things. So yeah, I'm definitely I'm in on the O's.
John, do you like roller coasters?
Is this the one that was cracked?
Oh no, that was crazy though.
Yeah, that was. You saw the cracked roller coaster. How did that thing not break?
I don't know, because someone caught it, I guess.
Well, you know who caught it?
Just a guy.
Just a guy.
An engineer. He was an engineer though.
But he was just doing a selfie, on the roller coaster. Could have hit somebody in the face if he dropped his phone like Dustin Starr dropped in the ocean. I get mad at people on a roller coaster. I'm like, dude, put your phone down. Because if that thing flies back and hits me in the face when I'm going 90 miles an hour, when I get off this roller coaster, I'm beating the brakes off you.
90 miles an hour.
That's how fast the roller coaster goes.
I don't think it does.
You want to look it up?
Yeah.
It's the fastest roller coaster. It goes 94.1 miles an hour and is 395 feet in the air. Huh, how you like me now, son?
Have you ridden a 900 mile an hour roller
90.
coaster? A 90 mile an hour roller coaster?
Dude, you don't remember the Zip and Pippin? It went 90 miles an hour, but it barely stayed on the track. Surprised nobody.
Well, the fastest roller coasters in the world go 150 miles an hour.
Well, then don't sit there and laugh at me because I was saying about.
But I don't think you've ever been on one. Wow, some of them do go 90 miles an hour. Wow, that's crazy. Is that really how fast it is?
I've been to Six Flags, homie.
I didn't feel like it going 90 miles an hour. That was doing my.
Well, you were probably in teacup land.
No, I like roller coasters.
Do you know Brittany Mahomes?
Wow, Krypton, the Superman ride, the Krypton one goes 100 miles an hour. I've ridden that ride. That's crazy.
You didn't know you were going 100 miles an hour?
No, I had no idea. That's wild. How about that? It doesn't feel like it's going that fast. That's something else.
It is.
Speed,
it is going that fast.
Interesting.
Did you hear about the flopping rule that they're going to introduce this year in
Summer
League?
I didn't get to tell my story.
Oh, you're going to tell a story? Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. If you like roller coasters, John, I forget. How did you answer that question? Do you like?
I like them.
Oh,
I like speed.
Well, John, if you like roller coasters so much, how would you like to be stuck upside down on one for hours?
No,
because that's what happened to a roller coaster in
I would
Wisconsin. There was a mechanical failure, and they were literally stuck upside down on one of the loop-de-loops, just hanging there for 3.5 hours. Then the fire department.
What about all the blood in your head?
I agree. That's the first my thought as well. But they survived. God bless them.
Nobody died?
No deaths.
Do you think they get to come back to the thing free? Do you think that maybe they'll get hey, come and enjoy a week at the park next time on us? I mean, if I was stuck,
yeah, I would think so. Yes, absolutely. So you don't sue. Yeah, for sure, 100%, or more, honestly. Right? 5 free days.
I'm sorry, Paige Spreenak just put out another Dead Gum National Bikini Day
I was
shot.
just agreeing with you. It's okay.
And I have to say that if I don't get off National Bikini Day, I'm not going to be able to talk. Gee, Willikers. All right, I'm turning to my phone. All right. So, did I tell you about LeBron James?
No,
it's actually not about LeBron James.
You told me about LeBron James before.
But I'm telling you, this new rule might cause him to retire. They are going to right now experiment with the flopping rule in the NBA.
Oh, and he's
during
the
summer
flopper,
league.
I see.
Dude, he's the flop king.
Yeah, right.
I mean, are you kidding me?
Well, Chris Paul, I mean.
Chris Paul's just as bad,
big
but
floppers.
nobody whines and gets fouled every single time as much as LeBron James. Again, when my dog starts whining, I call him LeBron. I'm like, stop, LeBron.
Yes.
Seriously,
For
stop
sure.
it.
Yeah.
But this new rule, where if you flop and they call it, it gives the other team possession of the ball plus a free throw.
Wow.
Do you like this rule? Or because I feel like the NBA, by the way, let's be real, it's the most difficult game to officiate, because I have no idea what a foul is half the time in the NBA. Like, you look at the playoffs, it's the most physical game in the world, especially down low and on the blocks. But then if you're out around the three-point line and you touch him, you just touch him, you put your hand on him,
Well, it has to do
foul.
with facing, going back to the basket. There's different rules for the two.
Well, obviously.
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah. How about that?
Anyway, it's a tough thing to do, and I'll just say, do you like putting a little bit more of a subjective thing on the referees by,
Well, there was already the flop rule in place. It wasn't this significant of a penalty.
It is not where you don't have to, you didn't get a.
I don't think they're going to call him much. I mean, I don't think they're going to call him much. I don't think it'll affect the game at all.
All right.
Non-factor.
Non-factor.
Do you think it affects the game a lot?
I mean, I think that maybe LeBron might retire.
Right.
Because
you
I mean,
mentioned that.
he doesn't want to have be the dude that's always getting flopped.
And Chris Paul as well, obviously.
Yeah, Chris Paul is not as bad as LeBron is.
LeBron's the worst.
He is the worst at it.
Who else flopped? Big floppers. Manu Ginobili would love to flop.
He did a good job of it, though. He did a good job. Do you know who Brittany Mahomes is?
Yeah, she's married to
Pat Mahomes.
I saw them in Vegas. Did I tell you this?
You saw them in Vegas?
I went to the match with Steph and Clay.
Hold on, time out. What?
You know the
You're
match?
just bringing this up?
Yeah.
So you watched Travis Kelce pound beers?
I was there.
Dude, did you see how bad Draymond Green is at chugging a beer?
Yeah, he's never done it before.
That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
Poor guy. It was funny though.
Dude, Travis Kelce.
What did you think of Travis Kelce's pants?
I thought they were fire. I also thought
it was John. It was 114 degrees outside. He's wearing knit pants.
Travis Kelce.
He's wearing knit pants. It's like sweater material. It's like 114 degrees outside.
Looked great on television.
Well, I tell you what, it probably
and
did.
he was chugging beers a lot better than Draymond was.
Yeah.
And I have to say this: Travis Kelce the day before chugged a 30-ounce beer in 4.5 seconds. Travis Kelce did 12 in like 1.5. Like, these dudes can open their throat up and swallow, can't they?
Gross. The best part was that they're not good golfers. So we're sitting in the gallery waiting.
To get hit?
We would watch, we were watching them putt on our phones, and they'd go to the tee box, and we sitting in the fairway watching them hit the tee box, or hit the tee shot, and they would hit it bad, and we would go over to the ball. So we're literally standing next to them as they hit the next shot, hearing everything they're saying. It was a really intimate environment. It was really cool to be that close to those guys. Big fellas, believe it or not.
I have to say, yeah. They're two basketball players and two pro football players.
They're large men.
I would figure.
Draymond, Von Miller, also big guys.
Do you think that match was actually thrown for gambling purposes? Because do you know who was the heavy favorite in that?
Steph and
Clay. Because remember, Steph played on the Corn Ferry Tour.
But Clay was by far the worst of the four, and because Kelce was pretty good, and Pat Mahomes was pretty good.
No, Kelce was the best driver
of
all of them.
Yeah, he was good.
Like, dude.
So you watched it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I watched a little bit of it.
He was good.
Man, when you got people pounding beers, talking trash, it's like.
And Barkley was talking trash to Draymond. That was funny.
It was great. Like, the whole thing was actually a lot more fun than the PGA Tour.
I like the PGA Tour, but I did really enjoy it. I had a great time.
It's more fun to watch the match than it is to actually watch an event on the PGA Tour.
I understood what you meant.
Because who's that Brandon? Who's that announcer who, if I could ever get an opportunity, I would punch him in the face. I hate him more than any human being on earth because he is such a pompous ass. What's his name? Brandon Chablis or something?
Yeah, but he's on the Golf Channel. He doesn't do the broadcast.
Oh, I saw him do I know he did some analyst before one of the Travelers thingy or something. Why is that guy on TV? Why can't somebody run him over?
That's a very small
Put him out of his
tournament,
misery. He's such a loser.
Oh.
What has he ever said positive? Do you know how easy it is to be negative all the time? And that's all he is. Negative all the damn time. Negative,
well, right now
negative,
you're being negative about him being negative.
No, I'm just telling how much I don't like this guy and how I'd love to punch him in the face.
Which is kind of negative.
Which is an action.
negative action.
It is not a negative action.
I
bet you.
How would you characterize a punch, negative or positive?
Positive. Mike
Is that
Tyson
right?
made a ton of money being the best
Yeah,
uppercut in football.
But you said
I mean,
earlier
in boxing.
But you said earlier it's not good to hit people
No,
unless
it's
you're
not
Conor
good to hit
McGregor.
your women or children.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. Don't ever
But this
hit.
guy Brandel Chambly, this would be positive.
I mean, he's a dude. I'm a dude. Yeah, I think it's fair. Like, I straight up think it's a fair thing. And I bet there's a lot of golf people out there who can't stand this guy either.
Can't stand ya.
Man. Why?
But the match was cool.
And by the way, the Golf Channel's pretty much the worst of the sporting channels, period. Like, once they got rid of that Flaherty guy, nobody watches it no more.
David Flaherty.
Flaherty, whatever. He's got a great accent.
He does. He's good.
Now, Brittany Mahomes finds herself in hot water. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not, like, the biggest Brittany Mahomes fan in the world. I'm not.
No, you adamantly dislike her, in fact.
Well, I dislike his brother more than anybody. Like,
he was there. I saw him there.
You saw Jackson?
Sure did.
Did you say, hey, man,
how
are you enjoying those 3 charges of sexual assault,
I saw
Jackson?
His dad, Patrick Mahomes' dad, just smoking blacks.
Pat?
Yeah, Pat, smoking blacks and
hitting heaters?
Yeah, smoking. Well, no, just smoking tons of black. I mean, he had blacks, an endless supply, seemingly. I mean, he was just scarfing them down and drinking heavily as everybody else. He was having a great time. He was having a great time.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah, me too.
He's a former pro baseball player.
That's right.
And his son is he's
got
got
Burrow
a son
back.
who's been to 3 Super Bowls.
Joe Burrow.
Won 2 of them, MVPs. But man, what do you think? Do you think he's just as disappointed as Jackson as the rest of the world is? I bet he wishes that he would have stopped at Pat.
This is unfair to say.
He should have stopped at Pat.
This is the guy's personal life. Like, he's learning to grow up like everybody else. Like, I shouldn't be critical. But I did think about that when I saw Jackson just, like, running around wherever he pleased because his brother's playing this thing. He can do whatever he wants. So he's going to this private area, that private area, but not, like, going into proper entrances. He's just jumping over bushes and doing whatever the hell he wants. And I was thinking that during a time.
You're
like,
just such a
I
moron.
wonder what it's like what his parents think of that kind of behavior. Like, this kid just doesn't care, does whatever he wants.
And how disappointed would you be in your child if all he did was, like, dances on TikTok and he can't even dance? Like, does anybody on TikTok watch his dances? No.
Yeah,
unless they want to make
Johnny's
fun of him.
Very, very popular.
I don't think I've never met anybody that likes him. But my point was about Brittany.
But we're adults, you know.
My point was about Brittany.
Oh, you're right.
And I'm here to defend her, okay? So she goes to Hawaii. I don't know if you know this. They're rich. You know what I mean?
You're kidding.
They got money. So she goes.
Mahomes got a lot of guaranteed money, did he?
Yeah, he did. Almost $250 million. But here's the point is, and by the way, he's lived up to every single expectation and more. But she goes and swims with the dolphins. I love dolphins. Did you ever see the show Flipper back in the day? I used to love watching Flipper.
Oh, of course.
It was like Flipper, and then like Andy Griffin, and then later on we'd have Murder, She
Andy
Wrote.
Griffin.
And then we had a Griffin.
Oh, Murder, She Wrote's great.
And
There's been a murder.
And then there was Perry Mason. Man, those were great days of TV. My point is,
she looks like Paul McCartney, by the way.
She posts a picture of her chilling with a dolphin, and now PETA is out bashing her. Like, bruh, she went swimming with the dolphins with her 2-year-old daughter. Like, why is this a PETA issue?
John, you know, I don't give a whole lot of politically incorrect statements on this show. I'll give one right now. Screw PETA. How about that?
I dig it. You finally went heel once in your life.
Screw PETA.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Now, I like pita bread. Have you ever had a little...
Oh, I love pita. I'm Lebanese, John. Mediterranean food. Love me some pita bread.
What is that, the shawarma stuff that you stick in the chicken shawarma? I think it's a Mediterranean dish or something. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
It's some fire, son. You need to figure that out. Bring me one tomorrow, please.
Okay.
Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break because we actually have to break down the Chicago Cubs because we were doing a little off-air show during our last break, and my man feels like he's got a little angle on the Cubs today.
No, I want. That's just the game I'm on looking at. I don't know if I have anything. But I do have another game that I want to look at.
I'm just so grateful that you
Royals
came in
and
to let
Twins.
everybody know.
Well, I have a bet for Royals Twins. I'm looking for a bet in Cubs and Brewers.
Royals Twins have Mr. Lopez pitching, and who's pitching for the Royals?
Some guy that stinks.
Is it the kid that's got like an ERA
His
of
name
20?
is Marsh. No, it's 11. But he's
11, 20. It's ridiculous.
It's double. 20 is almost double 11.
Yeah, that's just double. I mean,
Yeah, that's a lot.
Double.
That's a big difference.
All right, 11.25.
He only has one out. He only has one outing though, so it's not like actual. You know what I mean? It's one outing, so it's not a large sample size. But in
4 innings, he walked 4, gave up 2 home runs, gave up 5 runs. That's called a bad damn outing.
Right, but that's one outing. I mean, you can't. That's no sample size. But I'm still betting on him to be bad.
I think he's going to be bad.
I actually like this bet less and less the more we talk about it, quite frankly.
Don't touch the dial. We'll figure it out during the break, and we're going to give you a little bit of financial advice. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, Orco hard coolers, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps, fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch has an offer you can't refuse. They will pay you to do business with them if you want luxury. And I'm talking the Genesis G70 car. If you would love to have that kind of new technology, they will give you a $1,000 rebate when you finance with Genesis Motor Finance. In other words, they'll pay you $1,000 to do business with them, and you get brand new luxury. You can't beat it. That's Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis, right at the corner of Craft Road and Highway 78 in Olive Branch. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch, where customer retention is amazing. There's a reason. They take care of you with a team that's been together for a long time. Whether it's finance or whether it's service, you can't beat them. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis.
That's one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's hanging out with me. It is National Bikini Day. I hope you're celebrating it accordingly. And I do have to say, I am very proud of many of the ladies out there. Paige Springnack's doing a great job. But do you know who, is it Annie or Angie Agar? Annie Agar?
Sure.
You know the girl who's really funny who does like the football thing? You don't know what I'm talking about? She's like one of the funniest.
Rachel Bonetta?
No, Annie Agar. How do you don't know her?
Rachel Bonetta
you like
does
funny stuff.
Rachel Bonetta does funny
No, she
football
does
stuff.
like the whole weekly press conference of the Big Ten, and she'll be like Michigan, and then she'll be Ohio State, and then she'll be like Michigan State and Penn State, and she's like going back.
Brian knows what you're talking about.
Yes. She is amazing.
Okay.
I did not know she was hot. She just posted for National Bikini Day a picture of herself in an American bikini, red, white, and blue. And you know what else she did?
What?
Not only celebrated National Bikini Day, but she also crapped all over the Patriots.
Wow.
Yeah. She just basically said that the Patriots.
The New England Patriots, that is.
She said they should go to England. They're like
Wow.
not even, they're so
Old
bad
England.
these days.
Classic.
Like, get out of here, Patriots.
Agreed.
Ugh. Now, there was something important I was
Go
going to
to
tell you.
someone else's football.
Thank you, Annie Agar. And again, National Bikini Day celebrates. Speaking of bikinis, when you're on the lake, you're usually in a bikini, right?
Sure.
There was a boat race this weekend. It's happened. It's called the Independence Weekend. It's the Madison Regalia. It's the Indiana Governor's Cup. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's called a H1 race. Do you know what H1 is? A hydroplane boat. They go 200 miles an hour.
H1Z1.
During the H1, this happened yesterday. I watched the video. You saw it, did you not, Jay?
No, I didn't see it.
I showed it to you. Whoa, no. You got to turn your mic on, dude.
Oh, I've been talking.
No, you've been just talking and with your mic
I
on.
haven't pressed the wrong button. No, I haven't seen it. You showed it to me, but I hadn't seen it beforehand.
Oh, well, this dude. Okay, so these boats are basically like a missile, and then they are like flat. And they go 200 miles an hour, and you can't really have like a little bit of weight. You know what I'm saying? They got to be. It's got to be very smooth. This dude hit a little bit of a bump, did a complete backflip at 200 miles an hour, then landed it and completed the race.
How about that?
Now he finished last.
What a bum.
Well, he did flip in the air, so it slowed him down. The other people passed him.
But he won style point portion.
I was going to say, if there was a freestyle portion of this, he definitely would have won. But now it's time to get to our bets.
So you like that Royals Twins over 8.5, do you?
Yes, I do. Do you like it?
I don't know. I'm scared of it now that we
Marsh gave up 2 home runs. He walked 4 in 4 innings.
But it's
in his
one
last
outing, though, you know?
How about we just take
And I don't think Pablo Lopez has been pitching particularly well either.
Well, he's also pitching against the Royals. I don't know if you know this, but they, in hitting, are ranked 28th in baseball.
Yeah, well, they can't hit, so maybe 8.5 is a lot of runs, is what you're saying.
Well, maybe we take
and I don't necessarily trust the Minnesota
Twins don't score a lot either,
Exactly,
man.
I was about to say.
Carlos Correa. Like, this dude, remember how much money he was going to get with the Giants, how much money he was going to get with the Mets, and then ended up back with the Twins?
Yeah, I recall.
Twins right now are regretting getting Carlos Correa back. He has not been. And how good does Houston look to have Pena and just let Carlos Correa walk?
Pena's good.
He is good. He's a good young talent. Well, we got some bets today in. I think, again, if you don't remember, my favorite game is the Braves -1.5. I think Soroka's going to be awesome, and you always bet against Chad.
I think my favorite bet is over 4.5 strikeouts for Ed Rodriguez.
You're not worried about pitch count?
No.
All right, so we're going to rock with Edward Rodriguez against the A's and go over 4.5?
Yeah, but if you're itching to do something in this first game, the Rockies and Astros, I think the Astros first 5 -1.5 plus 110.
Kind of like it. Anderson's 0-3 on the season. Almost though feel like it's one of those things where the sun's got to shine every once in a while, even on a dog's keister.
Let the sun shine in.
Let the sun shine in. And everybody,
That's from Hair, the
hey, do me a
musical.
favor, everybody. Enjoy National Bikini Day. For Jay, I'm John. I hope y'all get out there and make the world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.
One of the things people